welcome once again to Snowed In, episode 24.
Brought to you by Monstrous.
I don't know who Monstrous is.
It's like a
pretty great, but yeah.
I keep meaning to read it. It's a book that I've definitely been kind of wanting to read, and just keep not having the time for it.
Okay, so is this you advertising to yourself more than the crowd here?
To be fair, I do have a lot of copies at the store as well, but I just realized I haven't actually. I kind of would start what the actual description of the book was. Well, I noticed that the art looks really good when I look through it. I keep meaning to read it, but there's always something.
Dude, it's like 10 trades in right now.
Yep. Yeah, like I said, I have plenty of trades at the store. I wanted to make it a book that I actually have at the store that I can advertise, but then as I picked it up, I realized, what actually is it about?
Well, it at least sounds like it has the Charles seal of approval, so that usually means it's pretty decent.
It has the Charles seal of approval. That's all you need to know.
Although that one book that you shared with me, the ads in it were better than the actual content. The one about like how women were turning into large cats.
Oh, man-eaters?
Man-eaters, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It just continues to get worse with the ads, and the story gets thinner and thinner.
Okay. Well, there was a lot of information gathering again that happened last session. I believe you guys have both sort of solved and not solved one of the problems that was pending. And one problem continues to grow further as Mannix insists on meeting with all the members of the party. So, I am curious as to where we want to go from here. Who wants to lead us into this session?
I guess I could start.
What do you want to do? Where do you want to go?
Well, let's hear. I guess it is just let's hear. I have I'm guessing it's after the whole incident with the with the people at the drug place or drug dealer. Okay, so we're all definitely.
Oh, actually, why don't you help us get back to speed on what occurred there?
Okay.
Because I actually don't think I remember the resolution. Actually,
there may not have been a resolution.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, depending on what the term resolution means, they're right now. Okay. Yeah. So last time, I checked. After thinking I solved the ghost drug dealer problem, turns out he's a little more kind of wants actual resolve, and so I say I kind of so Lena decides to just try and actually do something about where the drugs are coming from. Talked with talk with Tony, and he where since he actually kind of found out where the guy was getting them, but her kind of looked inside. Turns out there's also there might have been I'm not sure if it was human trafficking or just a woman who's drug, who has passed out with there, but then and the beast overtook Lena. Drank the blood off of one of them and then just ran off, I guess.
Why all of a sudden would the beast take over Lena? What happened?
A lot of critical failures.
Lena hates to see injustice.
Oh, Lena.
Got angry about it then. Yep.
I have to say the best part is the number of times that Lena has decided I'm going to handle this on my own.
Yeah, that's not to go well for her.
No, it has. It so far has not ever gone well for her, and yet we continue to attempt the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, you have a literal murderer in your party.
Yep.
No.
Literal murderer.
He just happens to make people into art, and the ways in which he does that just makes them not be breathing anymore.
It's still murder. Murder is murder. You can reframe it how you want. Murder is murder. If love is love, then murder is murder, okay?
I would love murder is murder.
So I think when Lena kind of gets her senses back, this is probably one of those like kind of dashing her way back to the inn, and you kind of like catch your awareness somewhere in like the lobby of the hotel.
Yeah, so it's more like I kind of come to you in the lobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, just is the guy behind the counter still?
Of course. Kevin, I believe, was his name.
Yeah, Kevin.
Yep, Kevin Hammersmith. Yep. Oh no. Yeah, that is Kevin.
You have a Hammersmith and a Hammerstone?
Yeah, that was an interesting coincidence. Lots of hammers, I guess.
Yep.
You all right now?
Kinda, or some ways yes, some ways definitely not.
You know what happened?
Well, I was looking at trying to stop some drug dealers. They had like a
Wait. You?
Yeah.
Look, you look like the only way you'd be able to stop some drug dealers is by saying no to drugs and saying yes to a whole lot more.
Hopefully it weren't that easy.
I mean, that's what the media has led us to believe for a long time. But yeah, it's not going to stop. If people want to get high, they're going to get high. You just decide on what you're going to give them access to, whether it's going to be stuff that'll kill them or whether it'll be stuff that'll kill them slower.
Hell, definitely seems like it's killing them. It seems.
You got any combat talents?
Not at all.
So, what were you planning to do to stop them?
It was honestly, it was more just a scope the area type thing.
Oh, and so you did that from a distance?
Distance as in never actually entered the house, I suppose.
So stalking is basically what you did. You got up nice and close to the window, and how much noise did you make in the process? Because you don't exactly look like you're the most sneaky person either.
Actually, that's actually part of how it happened. I did lure some of them out, and use some of my, powers on them to try and actually see what's going on inside.
So you intentionally lured them out while you were trying to keep your distance.
Not intentionally, but definitely. Yes, I'm saying this. I'm kind of realizing that things could have gone worse.
You don't have any powers that help you keep them under control at the same time?
Do those exist?
Oh dear God. What did they send here? All right. I'm gonna get another contact in to our good friend, and maybe he can. Oh, I'm gonna skip you one here. Look, okay. You got this thing that when they gather you all together, they call it like a coattail or something like that, right? You all like get together and work together, and you trade your information and your skills between each other to get things done. Now, which member of your coattails did you try to ride? I think is what they call it.
I don't think it's quite those terms, but I was working with Tony on this one.
You're working with Tony on drugs.
Yeah, I try not to.
Is it not clear to you that he's selling drugs?
I try not to think about that.
You thought the drug dealer would help you stop the drugs.
I'll stop specific drugs.
I'm pretty sure he's probably dealing most of it at this point.
Well, I mean, he seemed to be wanting to take them out because that's because they're competition.
Right, but probably didn't want to get his hands directly dirty, right?
I mean, he always has something on his shirt.
But not on his hands.
I haven't checked his hands.
You need help, is what I'm trying to get at. And Tony's probably not the best one. Does any member of your team have any skill set for fighting?
Well, I mean, one of them's a serial killer.
Okay, so they are responsible for that stuff. I think we already unraveled that, but are they actually good at it? Because so far, from what I heard, things were a little sloppy.
It doesn't sound like they're good at it either.
All right, well, probably don't want to tell them that.
I'm trying to. I'm trying not to ruffle their feathers. How do you think I've been trying to focus on the other drug dealers and not Tony?
And you actually want to take Tony down?
Not anytime soon. Like maybe I could just persuade him at some point. But
you think you're gonna persuade that man to give up slinging drugs?
I honestly don't. But
what powers of persuasion do you have?
Less persuasion, more see into the future type.
Then you should already know whether or not he's gonna give up slinging drugs.
Can I use premonition to see if he'd give up, if there's any way he'd give up drugs?
I forget what the limit is on premonition. I believe you could, but it's not very far into the future, and you would see that no, he's not.
Okay.
Well, Tony personally doesn't sell drugs. That's not something he does personally.
Yeah, he keeps Tony keeps his hands clean and his shirt messy.
Unless the sheriff wants something specific, then who might argue with the law.
All right, look. You need to figure out who among you can actually do what needs to be done. If anybody even can do what needs to be done. Why are you into this anyway? Why are you trying to take out drug dealers?
Trying to lift met a ghost, figured out if I lift he said that the drugs killed him, so I figured if I get him to stop haunting, either he's free or we get a new ally.
Oh God. All right, so this needs to be done pretty quick then, I'm assuming, right? Because if you're suddenly thinking you need to take this up, something must have gone wrong. What happened? How did you end up here?
Okay, on a again was ghost found a ghost in the park. He was yeah he told found out that
Right,
he
told
was
you to get
killed
rid
by
of some drug dealer, I'm sure, because the drug dealer killed him, and he blames the drug dealer, and it's the only thing he can think about now, because all he thought about in life were drugs, and so now all he thinks about in his pseudo afterlife is revenge on the drugs. He doesn't blame the thing that's really the problem, which is himself. He instead blames the person who gave him the drugs, failing to realize that the real problem is what was inside him the whole time, and now he's cursed by living with the real problem that he has, which is not being able to get over himself. A lot of these creatures could probably disappear if they just got some therapy.
No, unfortunately, I'm not a therapist, so but was able to get rid of the drug dealer, but it wasn't. But it was more like getting Tony to scare him off, and less, getting him killed or arrested.
Right,
So,
and you didn't
did not like
realize that the way these creatures work is they want equivocal vengeance. They want the thing to experience the thing that they experienced, usually death.
Yeah.
Or some kind of closure of something else.
Yeah. Yep, and so then he kind of started having like black tentacles or something. So I kind of knew, okay, yeah, I'm gonna need to follow through on this. So I convinced him I could stop the drugs at the source, and
I mean, you could also get rid of the ghost.
I don't know how to do that, and I figured that getting rid of the thing that's keeping them to Earth, that would be enough to get rid of the ghost.
I mean, I'm sure if I reached out to Cipriano, he could get you something that would take care of the ghost.
Yeah, I'm sure he could, but at the same time, kind of a little angry at the drug dealers. So, turns out I did. Like I said, I actually did look inside their house. Turns out they have like people as well.
Okay. So you're trying to get into some nasty business that could end up falling all down around you. They didn't see where you went to, right?
I have absolutely no idea. I'll be honest, I don't even know how I got back here.
Listen, little lady, I'm gonna need you to before you make any decision about what you're gonna do, consult with at least 2 members of your group, okay? Your cocktail or whatever they call it.
So the bar guy, I should consult with him.
I mean, he seems like he's probably got his head screwed on the best of all of y'all.
Honestly, yeah.
Donovan's so far up everybody else's ass that, I mean, at some point I'm waiting for him to come ask me for money. I mean, you already said one of your other members is a literal murderer, so might want to go to the guy who the worst thing he's doing is probably putting some stuff in people's drinks. And that would be if he's not ethical, or maybe he's what I think I'm smelling.
Well, I mean, if are you smelling ranch? Because that's
no, that would be Tony. All right. Think that's your best strategy. Maybe go to him and decide what you're going to do from here.
Yes, that probably is my best strategy. See? Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Yeah, and go into my room to presumably clean up. I'm going to have to assume I'm covered in...
You are.
Yeah, I got some... Okay, yes.
Okay, so, Charlie, remind me Did you relay the message to everyone that they need to go meet up with Mannix?
I did.
That's what I thought I remembered. You reached out to the team?
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah, I said Mannix wants to meet you.
Told the whole convoy, or whatever that's called.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right. So, moving a little away from Lena then, who wants to tell me where they want to go next, or what they want to do next. Got a lot of stuff, a lot of directions. Go ahead.
I'll have Silas talk to Maddox, I guess. But I guess I should have said this last session, but Silas is not going to talk to that man at the police station because he has plans. So
Okay.
he'll relate to Maddox that the only way he's talking to that man is he needs to. Where did him and Bryson met at, or went out at that shitty ass yogurt place, right?
Yeah.
So we're gotta meet him at the yogurt place, and Silas he's gonna be there in a little booth off in the corner.
Okay. Yeah.
Trying to eat it.
Mannix will come up looking at you with your little yogurt cup there that you just are like swirling around and like taking the tiniest of sips, the tiniest of bites possible.
And every time he takes one, there's a look of just straight disgust. He's trying oh, this is some buns.
Mannix will look at you a little bit curious, but then take a seat. It's about time you're willing to meet properly. We can get this resolved if you can just answer a few simple questions and be honest with me. I don't care for bullshit.
Oh, man.
So first of all, how are you doing today?
So is gonna look at him and kind of fiddle with the food for a bit and say, "I'm fine. How are you?"
To be honest, very tired. This case has been exhausting, in that the streets now are full of people looking for blood, and they're beginning to not care whose it is. I'm starting to worry that we're going to have ourselves quite a problem if I don't give them someone. And I'll be honest with you at this point, everybody's looking a little bad for this. I feel like I could just about hand up anybody and they'd accept it. Now, whether or not they accept that person as a hero or a villain is a problem, because we already got ourselves one that got put up as a villain and turned into a hero. We put up another one that's a hero. Well, now we might start having a snowball effect. So my next question to you is, where do you think we go from here?
I am truly only here, Maddox, because I was told that you desired to speak with me. So any questions that you have about this case that you're trying to build, let us keep our conversation about that. And as Silas
that's
said, he's gonna flicker down, like look and see if does he have a ring on his finger?
Mannix does have a ring on his finger. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. If what you want to do is keep it to that, we can keep it to that. But I need to be as clear as crystal then. And you don't mind us talking about it here clearly, so we'll be a bit public about it. When I talk about a list of suspects, you are at the top. Why?
Shit.
You hosted the event. You are the person that I have the least clear picture of for quite a while before things break down. The people that should vouch for you are vouching for you, but those people are also at the top of the suspect list. Now, I'll be honest with you. I know who I can pin this on if I can't fully pin it on you. But he's not going to like me for doing it, and I'm going to feel real like shit for doing it. But he's an easy man to take the fall, and that's why he's taken it before, over and over and over again.
Oh my God, not Billy.
All roads come back to Billy.
But I have evidence that stuff was being put in drinks that wasn't just alcohol. What that stuff is, I don't know. I'm not looking to pressure anybody for that right now, because I don't think he's got it in him. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's the right person. But right now, he's not looking that way. You are. So, tell me, why shouldn't I be looking at you? Why shouldn't I just be putting the cuffs on you, locking you away, and then finding the evidence in the meantime? Or making the evidence if I have to in the meantime.
Well, I suppose I should start off by simply saying that I was there being a gracious little host the entire time, but ever since I've come to this little town, I have had a target on my back simply because of who I choose to spend my intimate moments with, because I dress different from what this town deems as normal. I could accidentally step on a bug and everyone in this town will be up in arms, declaring me a horrendous, atrocious murderer.
Yeah, you are one of the only people of your type in probably in the full county, if not the tri-county area. That is fair. I do have some empathy for your situation.
And I threw the little party because I truly felt as though it was something that this stale, boring little town needed as some sort of breath of fresh air. Again, I was mingling, making sure people were enjoying their time. It is, again, quite unfortunate what happened. But for what happened, I feel as though the town has always been looking for any reason to pin something on me to make an example out of me, to say, oh, well, your kind is not welcome here. Anyone who is like you will receive the same treatment, which is not how it should be. And it's just unfortunate that what happened, and the town is simply looking for a scapegoat. And I happen to fit all the little requirements that they want and someone to hang, metaphorically speaking.
It's not an unfair assessment of how the town probably perceives you, but you don't exactly make it easy for them. And he reaches down and he pulls a piece of paper out of his pocket, unfolds it, and slides it over. This is something that appears familiar to you. This is a piece of work that you've drawn, and that you happen to share with the person who is at the art gallery. When you make work like this, it kind of points in a direction.
Another thing I suppose people here could ridicule me for, my art has always been dark, I suppose. I do it in a way to force people to look at what makes them uncomfortable, because we as people must learn to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. And this town is so allergic to such a thing that anything that is even slightly delving into their realm of the unknown or goes against their little beliefs terrifies them. I will not apologize for who I am, what I draw.
Cool it down a little bit. I'm not here to put you on trial. That's not what this is. For not at least for who you are or how it is that you express yourself. I'm not here to put you on trial at all. My job is not trial. My job is to locate the most logical and the most likely person to be responsible for a criminal act and present them to somebody else to put you on trial. Right now, all I have is soft evidence. I have what your art looks like, what your opinion of everyone else seems like, what their opinion of you looks like, and what those things can blend together. I also happen to know that in both cases, we have subjects who had people who were curious about their opinion of what they were as a person. A question about what their personal interests were outside of their career or their more traditional social aspects. I have stuff happening to them stuff like this happened to them not before you show up in town, but after you show up in town. Now, go ahead.
Is this your very roundabout way of saying that they were people who were exploring their sexuality?
If you want to put it that way, I'm not trying to say what it was they were doing or not doing. I'm just saying that there were things that they had going on that people had feelings about.
Well, for that, I can say I am sure many men in this town may present themselves as one way to keep themselves from being ridiculed. And, well, with me coming to town, it further proves as an example to deter those who perhaps are curious as to what they might have an interest in, what they will be treated as, should they ever let that information be made public. So I say all this to just say that I believe there are far more people that are curious than you believe. And as he says that, Sasha's gonna look at Maddox and like look him up and down.
I need you to understand. You're not the first person of whatever your current exploratory desires are. There have been plenty of them here before. There will be plenty afterwards. People are welcome to do whatever they want in the town. As far as I'm concerned, that's none of my business. As long as it doesn't hurt other people. For the most part, they don't seem to be. The problem is the timeline. We've had plenty of people like you coming to town. Nobody dies. You come into town, a spike starts to happen. Now, I'm not saying we fully spiked, but 3 people dead in only 5 months is a lot of people dead. You're The only denominator that's changed here, well, you and your little posse. Now, you don't always seem to be doing stuff together, but when one of you's doing something big, the rest of you are usually attached somehow. You've all been here for a while. You're all getting in your own special ways, but you all kind of arrived at the same time. You can see why I've got room to be suspicious here, right?
I suppose.
You can give me the hullabaloo all you want about how you're the sad, picked on person, and you probably are. Let's be honest. You're probably dealing with quite a lot of things. Probably stuff I can't even begin to comprehend. I mean, enough that you've got no background that I can find, anything that links close to you, or at least your name doesn't seem to lead anywhere. So, I don't know. I don't know where to go here. I do know that I don't want the town to melt down. I do know that sometimes when people feel like the outside world is pushing upon them too much, they try to push back on it. They try to seek any means of control they can have. Now, maybe that's happening to you right now. And what I can say is this. If you did it, then I could understand how you got here. And I think right now there'd be room for you to find somebody who could make sure it doesn't ruin the rest of your life. But you're probably not there yet. Considering who it is you seem to spend a lot of time with, you're probably not going to get there with him. Everyone who seems to be connected to him for a while seems to spiral off into far worse things. So, speaking of that, by the way, another one's gone. They were in town before. They were doing okay. No one's heard from them in days. Again, you're interconnected in some way. I can help you if you're having a problem. I can. I've got a lot of resources. I can connect you with them. But it's going to require some cleanliness on your part. Around here, the judges are at least really willing to accept a plea of mental instability. So,
pigs.
You ready to tell me you did it?
As he says that, Silas is gonna, sigh and start getting his things together.
Mm-hmm.
He's not getting up to leave yet, but he's starting to get his things together. And he's gonna look at the drawing, or kind of like take it and look at it for a second, and say, Maddox, I have given you my story of who I am. I've explained my art, explained myself. I have given the reasons as to why the town would be so eager to pin something like this on me. Now, when you decide to how do I want to say this? I don't want to say this. I don't want to say this. Okay, I'm gonna say this, and I feel like this is not gonna come out right, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Um, when you decide that you would much rather look into the things I've said while viewing me as simply a person that goes against everything that this town believes and stands on, then we can talk again off the record. But until then, I've already told you everything that I've needed to say. And before like Maddox can say anything else, he'll put the drawing back in his hand and kind of like let his fingers linger on there for a second and give him like a soft, a little gentle, genuine smile and just say, keep it. And Silas will just leave.
Mannix will look at the drawing as you start to walk away. Yeah. Doesn't follow you, lets you go.
I was stressing that entire time. I think it went well, not gonna lie. Better than I thought it was gonna go.
I thought you held him at bay.
I tried. I also tried to, plant some seeds of other things, but I don't know how that one's gonna work out.
You know, there's an interesting bit of thing about about the Mannix that I heard that I like to hear. Like to hear in my cops. Like a cops that can get in the mud a little bit, you know.
All right. Does anybody else have anything they want to do on this day? Because time is going to start. We're going to start accordioning the time closer again, as the next few days are going to start to happen. So does anybody have anything they want to do in this day?
Do I know who I gave the blood to in the drinks?
You gave it to the Power Ranger, and you gave it to where the hell was he? To Clyde.
No, and Clyde was completely aware of that, and I've already talked to the Power Ranger.
Yeah.
Okay. So, talk to the two people I gave it to.
Yeah.
And Clyde is fully in charge of that situation, so there's no... Yeah.
Yeah, you were pretty clear, and you discussed it with Clyde and made sure you knew where that was going, and you got the Power Ranger to be more on your side, but it was still something that they would have mentioned to Mannix during the initial investigation.
Okay, well, that's fun. I'm not sure what to do now.
I think anything. What is even on Tony's list? Tony's list is more, I guess, informants like Sadie.
Yeah. You've got Sadie trying to find more people for you to connect with.
And I think Tony would actually be interested in how the end result occurred with Lena. I don't know if Mannix. I actually don't know if Mannix wants to talk to Tony.
Mannix has already talked to Tony.
That's what I say. So
yeah,
and he ain't getting nothing from me.
Yeah, he has basically gotten that. So
I'm trying to think, is there anything?
I think for this day, I think we're basically pretty much cleared up. I don't think anybody's really got much more.
Yeah.
So
I remember broader goals.
No, I don't really have much more. I'm just frustrated.
Let's slide over to the next day. Because the next day is when a rather large incident happens.
Oh no.
They're out in the streets during the day. there is somebody who is dragged out of their office.
Ooh.
This person is accused of trying to sow dissent against the religion of Mormonism. They were said to have been in their job making negative comments, that they were trying to spread hostility against the people by talking about how the protesters throughout here just trying to make it clear that there's a big problem going on against one group of people caused by another group of people. They're just trying to fulfill a message. And this person in here is just saying he wishes something would be done about these people. Alluding to violent activity. He doesn't get any crimes. This person should be tried. This person should be convicted. It gets a little bit violent. A couple of people are taken into custody. But that next evening, that is the news you'll hear in town. Nobody was convicted of anything. They're basically blaming it on the rising temperatures, and people are being advised, though, that if this continues, a curfew will be in effect.
Ooh.
So, on this evening after this violence, is there anything any of you want to do?
The answer, I think, is yes. I gotta formulate my layout.
You think on that? Let me know what you come up with. Anybody else?
I'm gonna go to work and contemplate my actions.
Okay.
You can go.
Okay. I guess I'd probably follow up the little discussion with and stop by Charles's workplace then.
Okay. Yeah, you can
finally.
You can stop by the liquor store in the evening.
Yeah.
He's there waiting.
This is what you do.
Yeah, it's not selling pieces of plastic to people, but it does get them fucked up.
Yeah, I'd imagine that. And speaking of, how are you in a fight?
Where can you start the conversation?
I'm sorry, buddy. That was so sad.
I didn't realize how it sounded. I'm sorry.
That's quite all right. Charlie chuckles. Well, I've been in a couple. I'm about 50-50. I wouldn't say I'm terrible, but I wouldn't say I'm great. You, as the kids say, looking to mix it up. Somebody cheated one of your games?
Oh, I wish it was that simple. Just a problem with ghost and drug dealers.
You got a problem with ghostly drug dealers?
Oh, ghosts and drug dealers. The ghost isn't the one doing the drug dealing.
Oh. I was going to make a joke about Tony being dead.
Yeah. Sure, this whole thing would be easier if that was the case.
Oh, wow. Wow. That would
if the ghost was a drug dealer.
Oh,
he was like a ghost drug dealer. That's what I meant.
Fucking business over here.
Yeah, I can hold my own at a brawl. Not great, but I can hold my own. What's going on, Lena?
Well, well, trying to solve a ghost problems with drug dealers. Found that they also seem to be doing some human trafficking, or maybe not, or at least just have people in their house that are
Okay, so you got a ghost problem, but unrelated. You have a drug
it's
dealer
very related.
proposing.
Oh, it's
Wait,
very
they're
related.
related.
The ghost was killed by drugs. Wants me to do something about the drug dealers, and I'm a little too far into the situation to refuse.
Huh. And now human trafficking is involved?
Hey, seems to be like, when I was scouting out the drug dealer place, there's like a person that turns out there's like a person in their closet.
So, so, I never thought I'd have to correct somebody on that, but generally they have colloquial names like drug den, crack house, smack house, drug
I don't care what they call them.
drug dealing. That's good.
Is my term not inaccurate?
No, I just never heard it quite put like that. So what are you looking to do, Lena? You looking to
I'm there.
Are you looking to bust it up? Why not leak it to the cops?
Yeah, I'm kind of a little worried. Yeah, I guess a part of me is a little worried about revealing stuff to the cops, especially since we're kind of know someone the cops are after.
Couldn't we drop a dime anonymously?
I mean, is that some like yeah, but if I feel like if it's anonymous, they wouldn't look into it. Maybe now I'm just being a little more pessimistic about how the cops around here operate.
The cops around here seem to have a lot of time to investigate stuff, unlike, say, Milwaukee. The mean streets of Milwaukee. But
with all the cheese dealers,
we could certainly do it and see what happens. And if they don't come look into it, then we can, try something a little more direct.
Yeah.
Are they, your ghostly friend is looking to be put to rest, right? I mean, I assume that's what's going on.
I feel like that's what's going on. Yes.
They're going to give you some kind of magical treasure if you do that.
That a part of me is counting on that though. Though at this point, I think I'm just trying not to get killed by failing to.
Well, okay, so I mean, this is probably the first thing, like I said, is to drop an anonymous dime, see if the cops go for it. Do you know when they come in and out of the drug dealing place with products?
Yeah, I do know that much.
Okay. The other thing is, local journalists love this kind of story. So
like this
drug dealing?
No, local journalism. I wasn't sure that still existed around here.
Yeah, I mean, drug dealing perverts the Mormon way.
Yeah. Oh, maybe if do you happen to know any e-journalists that I could probably drop this info to?
I'm sure we could find one if we do a little bit of investigating.
Yeah.
Maybe alert a journalist, hey, here's a big scoop of threat to the Mormon church. These these drug dealers over here, and the cops haven't done anything. We don't have to mention that we haven't told them anything yet.
Yeah.
And they could come roust these guys up, unless your ghostly friend needs them dead.
I think he seems to be fine with arrested.
Huh. Are you worried there's going to be blowback for you?
Not for me, I think just for us, our other compatriots aren't exactly on the up and up.
I mean,
heck, technically what you're doing isn't on the up and up.
selling booze?
After our booze.
No, we're open.
And how come I had to go in through the back?
Crowd control. Also, I haven't sold you any booze.
Yeah, it's not something I'm really interested in, especially not nowadays.
Or since the war?
Just to clarify, when exactly is this taking place? Are we still like a few months behind?
Yeah, right now we are in early November.
Okay.
No, that was not a modern reference thing. That was just
Also, remember that it's not a war.
Yes,
yeah,
correct.
it's just a special event.
Special. Well, Lena, I'll be glad to help you with this problem because, I need a distraction from all the other shit going on. So we can either try the police, which is the most direct route, or we can get a journalist involved, which is an indirect route, and will take a little bit longer.
Well, apparently Mannix is looking for us. Do you think there'd be a way I could just slip this information in without him, getting suspicious of why I know this?
I don't know if there's a way to do anything with Mannix that does not pique his interest.
Yeah.
I suppose if he's questioning you, you could go, speaking of murders, I know about this drug den. I can't tell you how I come upon this information, however.
Yep. Yeah.
So it might be another way. Has Mannix talked to you?
Not yet. I feel like he not entirely sure if he I think I'm probably only on his radar because of who we're hanging out with.
Yeah. Well, what's Ryan's character's name again?
Donovan.
Well, that Donovan is a real shady character. I heard he does a lot of evil stuff.
Yeah.
That's now going to be my go-to. I'm just going to keep blaming Donovan for everything.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. When do you want to start working on this?
I guess sooner or the better. Maybe I should just try Mannix, flip that in, see if he takes the bait there, and then if not, maybe you see what journalists there are around here.
By the way, is there a local paper that landed on our doorstep, Steve?
There is no local paper, unfortunately, that is being delivered. But part of this is because you're at the hotel, and seemingly not a lot shows up here. So, there's no paper, there's not really mail, there's really not anything that reaches it. However, you do think that at one point you remember seeing a paper in the liquor store when you were first talking with the owner.
Well, let me look and see what the local paper is and get more information there before you bring Mannix more into our lives. or unlives because I like less of Mannix.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, true. And honestly, I think I kind of prefer him not really paying attention to me.
yeah, that would be good. That would be good if he wasn't thinking about any of us.
Yeah.
Okay, after a
Yeah.
little bit, you will find that there is a this is relatively local. A thing called the Sandpete Messenger.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, is it like the offices are not in Etram, but it's like a county-wide type paper, I'm guessing?
That is correct. It is not
Wow, good. Huh?
it is not in
Yeah.
Ephraim, it is in a place called Monty. But it is
And
basically
how
for
far-
that area. There are places with Ephraim. There are places. There's Gunnison, Moroni.
So there might be someone in town who kind of works for them, maybe?
There's somebody who does local reporting for it. So
Yeah, I'm gonna follow up on that. Find out who the local. I don't know what the. I don't know what the. I was gonna use the fancy name for like Flatfoot or Gumshoe, but I couldn't think of what it is for a reporter.
I don't remember either. I keep wanting to say
Newtown?
Scoop, but
Newtown?
Yeah.
I will say that none of these articles have a person attached to them when you're looking on the website. So
and that'll make it harder.
you'd have to start sort of a grassroots reaching out to them thing. They have some emails and some phone numbers. They have a reporter.
Oh, nice.
The one guy.
Just the one person keeping the dream of the newspaper alive.
One girl, I believe. Their name is Mariah.
Right.
Oh no, they have a separate person for Gunnison Valley, I guess. And their name is Denise.
Too big.
Oh God, hack. Yeah, God, hack.
So, yeah, you can follow up with Maria. There's no phone number. There's just an email, though.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go ahead.
Yeah, and we do have access to. Do we have access to the computer?
There's a shared computer there in the hotel.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna set up a cheap ass Gmail account under dedicated under the name Dedicated Ephraim Citizen, and then 2016.
Okay.
Yeah.
You go through the process of setting up the account, and as soon as you set up the account, you get a new email.
Ooh,
Nice.
The email is from someone who calls themselves Butterfly Love 6969.
Well, I gotta know.
When you open up the email asks, "Have you been enjoying the products?"
Jeez. I'm gonna type. Yeah, I did. I did some field testing in it. Had some interesting effects. Would love to chat about you with those.
Hold on one sec.
It's 969. Really?
Yeah. You will get again another immediate response back, saying, Chatting sounds great. We could do that now, back and forth this way, or we could do this other places. Do you know how to reach other places?
I've heard of other places and do know how to reach them.
This is how we encounter a changeling, isn't it?
Yes, but do you know where those other places are?
I do not.
Oh. Sad. You get a frowny face. Let's continue this way. Have you tried all of them yet?
No, I tried two of them, and there were very strong reactions.
Do you know what kind of creatures they were?
Humans? Well, one was a human. The other one was a member of our lot, it seems.
Out there? No, could not be. Would not last long. Or would have to be outrageously powerful and would likely not stay there.
Outrageously powerful and is interested in staying here.
Weird. I'll ask friends. The trees
but
have a lot of answers.
Huh,
The trees.
Interesting. You have any suggestions for use of the product?
Among each other, it can have unique effects. Among your connected kind, it can have either amplification or controlled dispersion.
Interesting.
Can be very addictive. Dosage matters a lot. A few drops will give them short term. A full dose, which is the equivalent of, I believe, Surface calls it a shot, will give them sustained for a few days.
Fantastic. Interesting.
Have you tasted them yet?
No, but I was thinking of mixing a couple of drops with a bottle of Sapphire Blue. Would you recommend?
Sounds delightful.
If you're going to use gin, use a classic.
Agreed.
Should I lock myself in a room?
No. I would recommend the... Have you figured out what they are yet?
I was told it is the blood of Tremere. Or, Toreador.
That's one of them. You have... I guess I will share more, and maybe that helps. You tell me if this helps. You have one that is T, one that is V, one that is G. And what was the last one? Because you got 4 different bottles.
Yeah, 4 different vials.
Why am I not thinking of the last one? Really wish I didn't think up stuff while I was driving, and I thought of it while I was in front of my note-taking app. It's not...
I assume the G stands for giraffe.
Oh, the last one is B. Do
B?
those letters mean anything to you?
Well, I assume T stands for Tremere, V stands for Ventru. But you said the last one's a B?
Yes.
Huh. Interesting. I got nothing on the B.
What of the G?
I'm gonna guess a fine Italian name.
No. That name doesn't have the same value it used to.
Or perhaps something a little more wild.
Well, now I think
know.
you're getting information outside of your understanding.
Am I?
You don't know what Kangaroo are.
Oh shit!
That's
that.
the joke he's
Okay.
making. Because remember, you're not formally aware of what these things are. You've heard the term Toreador, and you know that Ryan's character was a Ventru.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know what the others are, but I'm thinking of, as the kids are saying, microdosing.
I think you would be safe just if you go with the B. Be warned, it typically comes with aggressive tendencies.
Ooh. Ooh, I know for sure what that is now. And there ain't shit I can do with it. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll let you know, but my first cocktail outing didn't exactly go the way I wanted it to.
Sorry to hear that. It will get better the more you know. Wish I could have shared more, but you only recently opened up this email.
Fair enough. Charlie laughs to himself like, oh shit. Well, I'll keep in touch because I'd like to get into more exciting spirits because I do believe it's the way for the future.
Good. I will keep in touch as well. Concerned Ephraim Citizen 2016.
Nice. How far is the hotel from my work?
Not very far. You can't quite walk. Well, I guess you could sort of walk. It's just a long walk. It's a very long walk. It's like a couple of miles.
Could we pretend I brought home a bottle of Blue Sapphire?
Sure, absolutely.
I guess since I served them the tea blood, that's the one I should probably start with for my, Jefferson airplane. Although I think they were Starship by that time.
Yeah, so
experience.
To be clear, I believe you actually served them the V blood, not the T blood, but you did know that one of them was Toreador blood, not Tremere blood.
Oh, didn't he say Toreador blood?
One of them was Toreador blood. Yes, you do know that one of them was Toreador from the very first encounter you had with it. But the second one, you was Venture blood. So you gave Venture blood to the Yellow Power Ranger, and you gave Toreador blood to Clyde.
Yeah, she was just absolutely repelled.
Yes. So are you trying the Toreador or the Venture?
I'm gonna try the Venture to see what happened to the Yellow Ranger.
Okay. So when you try it, it's going to have a slightly different effect on you.
Oh yeah, we know.
Because you are.
I'm gonna be just like Ryan.
It does come actually with a little bit of the characteristics. So with a couple of drops in your drink, the first thing you will notice is that you get your character. And it manifests a little differently for different individuals.
I can't believe I didn't drink this stuff prior.
You expressed a little bit of nervousness about drinking stuff that comes in random vials.
Yeah, but now shit is happening, so we might as well see.
So here you will temporarily gain one level higher dominate power.
Oh, nice. Wow.
Which I think by default for you is just mesmerize, unless you've got, which I'm sure you have other source books.
Yeah, no, it's just mesmerize.
But you also, the bigger thing that kind of starts to hit you is you're like much more concerned with, like, one, your attire. You're looking at yourself and you're like, I'm dressed well, but I could be dressed better. I'm not as professional as I need to be for what I'm doing. But more importantly, there's just kind of this, like, this smug feeling about the rest of the world that comes over you.
It's like I feel like I'm better than everybody else for no reason.
Yeah. It doesn't last for a long time, but it lasts for long enough that it feels uncomfortable for someone like you.
Oh, shit, that's good.
It also sickens you that you're drinking something as cheap as Blue Sapphire.
Come on, Blue Sapphire. It's the step above store brand gin. I can't afford the good gin. I live in this hotel. When I belonged to that Deadlands group, I showed up and they actually had martini night and had 4 kinds of gin. It was really interesting. I didn't realize I had joined a group that was big into cocktails.
Sometimes you get that as a surprise.
Yeah. So I played with them for 3 years and they had different cocktails. Well. I'm like large and in charge.
Yeah, but the feeling fades after a few minutes.
Okay. Well, I got to finish an email off to Mariah Neworth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get the email out. What do you want to say in it?
Greetings, Mariah. I'm using an anonymous email because I don't want it traced back to me as a concerned citizen. I noticed here in Ephraim we've got quite the drug den, which is just a stain on our beloved city and our fair religion. The cops have not done anything yet, and I thought maybe someone with your journalistic skills could help with this issue. Look forward to hearing from you. Concerned Ephraim Citizen, is that the email I came up with?
Yeah, Concerned Ephraim Citizen 2016.
Okay. So I got to see if I can make another Gmail account in real life because I've only got about 17 of them, including one called Lady Gaga for Real, which I don't know what was on.
Yeah, I forget which one you sent to me one day, but I just get this email from, like, was it John Cena or something like that?
Real life John Cena.
I have John Cena the Marine, John Felix Anthony Cena the Marine. Yeah, because supposedly I knew John Cena from our time in the military, even though John Cena's like a good 15 years younger than me. And then I am Isaac Brock of Modest Mouse. Yeah.
This would have been a different John Cena.
Yeah.
John Henry Cena.
Exactly John Henry.
The John Cena.
All right.
So we'll see if this goes anything. I mean, she has no reason to believe that. She could very well believe I'm a crank.
Yeah.
You know, even in a small town, I'm sure a journalist gets their fair share of dumb emails of people complaining. So, but let's see what happens here. I'm gonna let Lena know. I communicated with a local journalist.
All right.
Okay.
I should, man, I want to go to Lena's store while I'm on like Ventru Blood and see if it suddenly becomes interesting.
Oh my god. Is it?
Yeah.
This is
All of a
disgusting.
sudden, I want to. Is it? Sorry. All right. I don't really know if I want to walk around suddenly.
Okay. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
hang out here for now. Tony,
Okay.
figure out what you wanted to do.
I figured a couple of things. I also figured out like one thing I never realized. I don't think any of us did. It was just taking, because we know at the party there was human blood on the scene of the crime of the first one,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if we've all done our checks of like the.
I mean, I did check like some blood. Yeah, I was able to follow
No, I'm
some.
saying that's how we knew it was a human. So like,
Yeah.
I don't know if we've all checked our entourage, called our entourages plus once, just to see if they're still in orbit. And like, also, who even was the guy that got killed? I don't. It was someone from the shop, right? Who got killed on the first
Yes,
floor?
it was one of the Power
Yes, it was
Rangers.
in the Power Rangers.
So I think
Speaking of, did we miss the memorial yet, or has that not happened yet?
The memorial has not yet happened.
Okay, just making sure. Just
I was gonna say. I think in light of that knowledge, I guess, sudden epiphany, Tony would like to investigate that. I guess do his own calling around to see who was hanging around him, and then see if there's anyone who maybe has had a change of habit after that party,
Okay.
or maybe not showing up, or just
Yeah. So all of the Power Rangers, you mean?
yeah, because he was the one that idea.
Okay. So the Power Rangers came along with the head of the game store. So where do you want to start?
I think just as a personal connection, Tony would have an easier time with the game store first.
Okay.
Game owner.
So yeah, you can have a chat with him. Nice to see you around again. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Just want to come in and check on some things. I just it's a real tragedy we're having at that party. I'm just replaying some things in the mind.
I mean, it seems like it scarred some of our crew in a lot of ways. We've been really struggling with it.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I was just trying to think on it. Who do you recall who was hanging all around them that night?
They stayed mostly together up until towards the end.
Towards the end,
they were pretty tightly together. Pretty sure it was some kind of food problem that happened that let him in there.
And you didn't see him talking to anyone else outside of the group or anything?
They don't really talk to anybody. They're not that kind of person. Pretty common for a lot of the people here to not be super social,
Yeah, I feel you. So you say it was mostly just his own insular group he was hanging around in.
Yeah, I thought it would be nice to give them a little change of pace, so I gave them an invite. They seem like the safest people to bring along.
When they usually frequent the store? Are they still frequent as a group, or how are they all handling it?
I mean, mostly normal. Give me an insight check as he says that. Insight plus wits.
Insight plus wits. Let's see. Golly, Tony.
No, that's fine.
I mean, one.
There's something strange about the way that was phrased.
You know, you said mostly fine, right? So what's I guess their new quirk about them that you don't recall?
One of them says they don't remember much. Like, they mentioned that they were, they keep talking about how they were too drunk, but I don't remember seeing them drink anything. But they said they were out of it. They remember at some point given their, their side of the story of what went on, and then waking up the next morning. Everything for them was a blur. But it doesn't really make sense because they're not really a drinker.
And by chance, do you just know who that would be?
Yeah. Her name is Kelly. She was dressed as the Pink Ranger.
Doesn't remember what happened. Not a big drinker. Okay. Thank you so much. It's been just real rough time, and I am, thoughts and prayers.
Thanks. Things are getting a little weird around here.
Yeah. Did you hear about that thing that happened the other day?
Yeah, it's got a lot of us shaken up. I mean, we like to consider ourselves a bit of a safe space for people like that. And the idea that somebody could express their opinions that are a little bit different, or their concerns about how things are getting out of hand, and that's the result we're going to get's got everybody here a little sheepish about talking about anything now.
Yeah, I can really understand. All right, I'm going to leave you to it. I'll just pop it in.
Thanks.
Yep. Tony's going to go find Lena.
All right.
Everybody wants to talk to Lena tonight.
Yeah, you can find Lena. Lena's hanging around Charlie back at the hotel. Charlie seems to be distracted with. He's like furiously typing back and forth while Lena's kind of hanging out in the lobby.
Well, yeah, because you just got a special email. Because it's concerned Ephraim Citizen 2016 was typically available.
Yeah, Tony will casually approach Lena.
Charles.
Hey, Lena. What do you know about if you recall anything from that night? Do you remember anything about that the Pink Ranger, Kelly? Do you recall her drinking anything or being any weird?
I don't believe so.
Yeah. Lena, why don't you go ahead and give me an insight plus intelligence?
Okay, insight intelligence.
Go Lena, go Lena.
Damn, two skills I have a lot in.
That's good.
You can do this, Lena. You can do this.
Yep. Here, 2 successes. That's
so
okay.
You're thinking back to things that night, and there was a point where things kind of seem a little off for Kelly. Like Kelly is, first of all, like Kelly normally doesn't like being in the mask when Kelly can avoid it. but like Kelly really wanted to keep the mask on at a certain point. They were saying that like everything seemed a little bit weird and overwhelming, and the mask just sort of like helped them stay calm. Do you relay that information?
Oh yes, I do. She seemed to, as the night went on, she seemed to think that the mask kept her calm. So, I guess I didn't really think too much about that at the time, but because that is a little strange.
Just as a thought, has she showed up to the store as of recently, or is there like some weird downtime for her? Or
you would know that she's been in a little less than usual.
She's been showing up, but less than she usually does. Is she one of the players in my game, or is...
No, she's not one of the players in the game. You just see her periodically. A lot of people know her, and so you've gotten to kind of easily recognize her.
Okay, yeah.
And I guess, just like as a quick mention, I'll quickly like kind of turn to Charlie like, hey, Charlie, I know you're typing and all that, but you said you heard a voice, right? When the door was locked, right?
Say it again, Tony?
You heard a voice when the door was locked, right?
Yes, I did.
By any chance, did you tell they were male or female?
The voice sounded male.
The voice sounded male.
So it would have been a male voice around the same time as the bathroom. Well, I guess I'll just ask, does anybody else remember any type of towards that tail end about, I guess, people using the bathroom? It'd be a strange ask, but
I wasn't paying that attention at the time. I was too busy, just making sure nobody was, was kissing too much.
I was busy mixing cocktails, trying to show off my skills for future customers. Nobody really wanted the ranch vodka that night.
They were missing out.
I know.
But Lena, you're saying that, well, for the most part, all of your crew was there and accounted for at the time?
Yeah, for the most part, they stuck around the food area, so yeah.
Even at the end, even Kelly?
Was Kelly there? Did I see her there?
So you do remember seeing Kelly, but like Kelly was kind of sitting around, and Kelly seemed real like tired. Like Kelly was kind of like leaned in sitting down in a chair, just trying to kind of focus. Give me another insight plus intelligence.
Okay. Here's hoping this one gets a little better.
It would be funny that this was the ranger that got drugged, but I would know.
Oh, Minifigs is at least.
Okay, so you know that like you do kind of recall there was a little while where Kelly did have to run to the restroom, but this was before the other ranger had went into the restroom.
Okay.
When you next interacted with Kelly, Kelly was acting a little like weird about the whole helmet thing, but was like, but also seemed a little bit off in that moment. And then the next time you remember seeing Kelly, Kelly was in that chair, kind of out of it. But you weren't like keeping an active eye on all of them because you were running around and like spraying down people. But these are kind of the moments you remember. You remember at one point she went off to use the bathroom, but then you saw her again and she was like feeling uncomfortable and wanted to keep the helmet on a lot. And it stopped snacking, and then after that, you see her tired in the chair. But one of the things you notice is that, like, when you see her tired in the chair, her clothes aren't quite wearing right.
Yeah. I relay this information to Tony and say, are we thinking that somebody may have disguised themselves as Kelly?
Not that someone disguised themselves as Kelly, but we know that there's prints on the windowsill. We know that there's blood. For some reason, the coppers aren't. That should have been an easy layup for them, but for some reason, they can't find it. So I think it's something funky's happening here, and I think it might be on us to go find that suspect. And I think Kelly might have what we need, but just a reminder: above table, who was our memory guy? A person who did the memory thing. Oh, was you?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Lena, I think
wait, do you mean look into people's memories, or do you mean like alter people's memories?
Just back on the table. I'm talking about. Well, Tony would only be referencing someone who could do stuff with memories. He wouldn't know the difference between altering or looking into them.
Okay,
but
yeah, I can look into them, can't alter them.
I mean, that would be good enough for Tony. What Tony even thinks is mind stuff. So, they'd be like, "All right, I think we might have to arrange some type of meeting with Kelly. Can you do that? We might need to just a couple quick questions. You know, like a little tag team buddy system, and then we'll try and see what's going on in the mind, or maybe lack of, or you know, you work at this store. I'm sure you could probably get an address. We could do like a house call, as it were. You know,
I think I can probably get that. Yeah, I think I think some people at the store will probably at least know where she is. Like, is she a student at the college, or is she more like an adult person who comes here?
She is not a student at college. Not really an adult either. Somewhere.
No.
Well, legally an adult. I'll put it that way. But like,
okay.
So somewhere actually probably on the campus, but which I think we could probably get access to.
Yep.
So I think at least we have some type of lead, and we do know that there's another male in there. We don't know. God damn you, Steve! Damn you! I feel like there's someone else I should. Maybe I should call some of my other guys. You know, it's a male voice. So I guess Tony's gonna completely forget about the drug thing. He's like, all right, that's good. You let me know when you get that appointment set up with Kelly. I'm gonna make some other calls. I'm gonna try and contact my people and their entourage and just see, do they recall all of their entourage being present around that time?
Yes, they were pretty tightly together.
Okay, so my group of people that would have come, kind of all closely together.
Yeah.
Kind of know Lena's was vaguely all together. I guess the next one would have been Donovan and Silas. So those are the other two. I guess I would. Well, Silas, I know wouldn't know, but I guess Silas could find out. So, but I think I would ask Donovan.
Yeah. So
in this hypothetical, I would give him a little chat.
Donovan is not aware. Donovan was not able to keep track because Donovan was also trying to make other things arranged. But many of those people were splitting up from each other when it would happen. So even they're not aware amongst each other where each other were.
And then I guess the other one would have been Silas. So give Silas a ring, ring, ring.
Silas is muted. Before
Silas
we
is too
I'm
hold on,
sorry.
before
I
we
was-
have
I
this
was in the bathroom.
conversation, I need to take a short break. So can we see where this goes after a short break?
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Damn you, Steve. Damn you. Silas the ring.
Yeah. Silas, you get a call.
Who is? Oh, I shouldn't even be asking who this is. I should be asking, why are you calling me?
Yeah, that's a very cheery hello to you too. But just a quick question, you know. at that party. Around that time, do you recall anybody, I guess, from your little art group or art entourage, them disappearing for a little bit around that time before the incident occurred?
Can I roll for?
Yeah, give me an insight plus intelligence.
Come on, Silas.
It's just I don't have
Okay.
any
Good luck.
anything in. So can I just roll for
Yeah,
intelligence?
just
then without
intelligence.
adding the?
Yeah,
Okay.
you don't have to have skill ranks in something to roll in it. Okay.
Nah.
For the most part, you remember them all kind of sticking together and being relatively judgmental about like everything decor-wise. They were like going around and kind of picking like fun at various different things.
I'm gonna relay that to, or Cyrus is gonna relay that to Tony.
Well, at least if you could vaguely recall, that's kind of good enough, because the only group that we really haven't accounted for was Hammerstone's, Donovan's group. So at least we already know there's something weird happening with Clyde, and I don't know. I don't remember how Clyde was after the incident was found out, but at least that's good enough. Can you do anything mind tricky wise? You know.
Is there something specific that you're asking of me?
Oh, can you, like, I guess, read minds?
No.
That was, you know what? The call was helpful in of itself. I think we got maybe a lead. It's better than nothing.
A lead for the other murder.
Yeah, that murder that occurred, and I think it might be time to give Mannix a call about how he does his job.
Oh.
Oh wow.
When Silas hears that, he'll be a little bit more interested. When did you plan on having this discussion?
I don't know. Whenever, as soon as possible. That's all I know. I got some questions, and I'm also curious. Because I figured they would have seen all that evidence at the scene. I mean, hell, there's some untrained eyes like Lena and myself could see it. Surely the cops can. Why didn't they? But you know, people don't really like Mannix at the department, so.
Oh. I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't? No, they hate the guy. I don't know if they hate him, but he's far too nosy for his own good, even for police standards.
Well, I suppose I'll ask, when you do have this talk with him, well, I guess I should ask, it will be in person, correct?
Well, hopefully in person.
I suppose I am curious as well as to how they haven't quite managed to catch who the second killer was, given what was left. So I suppose I'll ask you, when you question him, can I accompany you?
Yeah, sure. I guess I don't see no reason why we couldn't. I guess the more the merrier. At least when it comes to getting something done. So, all right, I'll call you with the time or date or whatever whenever I get a chance to.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and reach out to Mannix.
Yeah. Before we do that, Charles, can I have you hit mute for a moment? Your fan is making a lot of noise.
Oh, yeah, wow, fan.
Yeah. Thank you.
I was wondering what that noise was.
You better the static from something again.
It might actually be. It could just be could be charger static as well.
Ooh.
It also could be loop static, so it might actually go away the next time he unmutes. All right. So you reach out to Mannix. Are you going over there?
No, I want to invite him. I want him away from the police station.
Gotcha. He will come to meet you then. And he will he'll make short work of it. He doesn't waste any time coming to see you because he doesn't know whether or not this is got to be something awful or what.
Then yeah, also inform Silas that he's coming over.
Silas will show up.
Yeah.
A little bit before Maddox.
Oh yeah, you'll definitely get there sooner. Yeah, the three of you meet. Mannix comes in. A little surprised to see him here.
Yeah, me too. I don't know what exactly he wanted to truly be here before, but he asked, and I guess.
If it's anything like yesterday, I'm sure it'll be more sob stories.
Anyway, I had a quick question for you, Mannix. You know, at that party, or the aftermath of it all, they noticed there was something strange in that around that bathroom area.
Okay. What'd you find that somehow we didn't?
That's what I was curious about, because that window was open and there was definitely bloodstains on the window.
We didn't get any bloodstains on the window. I heard somebody say they got prints, but I was told those prints were the victims. Didn't make sense, obviously, but couldn't get any answers about that. I'm assuming some rookie probably took the prints and didn't properly set the adhesive down right, and nobody wants to fess up.
How honest do I think that statement is?
I'll let you have here in insight plus wits. Or I think actually, hold on. I think there's a better way to do this. Not insight. No, I think it is insight. It's insight plus wits.
But also, if I'm talking to him, anything for this?
No, what you have affects presence or other social related. This is less. This is received, not yeah.
Insight plus wits. All right. Well, we'll try it. Just 2.
Okay. So you get the impression that like Mannix does feel like there's probably details missing here in the way that he says that. Like there's a genuine kind of, I believe there's something wrong, but I don't know what caused the problem. What's this about blood, though? Nobody said anything about blood. And I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have missed blood on the window. You sure it was there?
Yeah, I'm positive there was blood around that scene.
The blood wasn't there. The blood was not on the window, though. Just
I
out,
was gonna say
out of
I was
character.
around there.
It was outside.
Yeah, 'cause it was outside. Outside because it was like he was as if he had left
Yeah.
throughout the window. Well, I guess I should say maybe my apologies. I'm misremembering. Not exactly on the window, but there's definitely blood around that outside.
Nobody mentioned anything about blood except obviously what was with the victim's blood, but
On the outside?
I mean, I would have thought somebody would have searched the outside.
Oh no, there's definitely blood on the outside. You all would just Manix, if I can just have a real moment of honesty from you, and I'm gonna try. What is it? Something light. What I forgot what's all the effects of awe again.
Basically gives you a bonus on your social related skills equal to your present score. But is a check of presence plus something.
Persuasion. And this one doesn't require arouse.
Correct.
So I guess I can just try that first because it's just something I can do.
Okay. Let me double check.
Make sure. Add the present trait to any skill removal on persuasion performance. This research we do it. Cost free. It's manipulation plus presence versus composure plus intelligence.
Composure plus intelligence. All right.
Okay.
Give me your manipulation plus presence.
Let's see if I do it in here. Will it roll? Okay, no.
No. You got to do it from persuasion.
Okay.
Or from manipulation. Is where you do it.
Oh yeah, manipulation. There it is. Oh, manipulation is an attribute. All right.
Yeah.
Yep, which is right.
Okay. I also want to be clear, in addition to this, by the way, when I'm rolling this, it should be logical, but he's rolling as a detective. These are basically two of his best skills.
Yeah. It's still try it though.
So yeah, this has no effect. I believe they don't have any inkling of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can say let's try as well question.
Sure.
If you okay. So
yeah,
what was it again?
It is manipulation plus plus presence.
Yeah. Yeah, this one was the easier of the things I could have done because
He does not feel affected. Is nothing about his outward demeanor changes to look as though or feel as though he is more comfortable with you.
Just in a moment of honesty, Miss Detective Penix, how well liked are you at your department?
There are a number of people in the department that have their own things going on, and when you start asking questions of people adjacent to those things, people start getting antsy about things. I get my job done. The chief knows that when we have real problems, I'm the person who's going to solve them. But if things don't need solving or somebody doesn't agree they need solving, I'll give you the real easy one, the one you're very likely aware of. You're presently working with a person who is selling alcohol after hours in a town that has very strict liquor laws. I've been in his establishment multiple times. Not once have I cited him. Not once have I arrested him. I don't have to catch them. The place is open, unlocked. They're not doing inventory that often. If I'd grab one of the people off the street as they're leaving, I could easily shake them down for the information. But I know what'll come down on my head when I do that. It's not going to be small. It's going to be something that will impact my day-to-day for weeks, if not months. If you're saying what I think you're saying and implying what I think you're implying here, I'll give you my second lead, or my second highest possibility, and I don't think it's going to surprise your friend there. Obviously, also at the top of this list happens to be our newly returned to town friend who was convicted and released. Seems odd, but we don't have him anywhere near the scene. His father vouches for him, and his father carries a lot of weight, being a sergeant here.
All these happenings around town and the escalation is to no good for anyone. And as I think more about what feels like should be an obvious, I guess, a layup for you guys isn't, which worries me a little.
Well, here's my problem. It's not one murder, it's two. If this were one, I think it'd be a little easier to focus. It's not likely that two different people did this. It's not likely that one person did both of these things at near exactly the same time, based on the evidence we find from both victims' blood. Seems about the same time based on coagulation. Or based on drying. He says the thing that is the right thing. I'm not recalling it off the top of my head.
You know, I don't know exactly how much you know about this town, but I'm confident enough that we can find the one. We can find the two pretty easily after that. And there's some
he looks to Silas as you say that, and then looks back at you as you continue.
And when he looks at Silas, Silas is going to give him a slight little smile and a wink.
Yeah, ever since I've really got into town and started talking to people, I'm surprised, really, I mean this, Maddox, that this town didn't fall apart sooner. Really.
The town's been held together for a while on a sort of gun shyness, right? You have the influx of people who believe one idea and an influx of people who believe a different idea coming into a place that believes a sort of third. Certain people of certain religious ideologies coming in have a more modern age thing. The people who come in without those ideologies are coming here because it's an inexpensive place to get a decent education. This makes us really at times riding a bit of a razor's edge in terms of complication, waiting for the inevitable other shoe to drop. This is what dropped. It would take something big because nobody wants to see it happen. We all have to survive on Walmart and bad pizza.
See, this is what I kind of like about you, Mannix. There's a raw honesty in you. You know, you remind me of someone, actually. He also knew how to really maneuver around here. His heart was in the right place. He knew how to get things done when it was needed, and I respected that. Get a mutual understanding, but the things I'm talking about, Mannix, I hope for your sake, you truly never have to find out about.
Some things I may have already found out about, and other things, I don't know, sometimes I think I am better off being ignorant. This place, it always stinks of something. People always stink of something. It's whether or not when you look the other way, you're accepting it is what it is, or you're waiting to change what it is. I want to be clear with you, Tony. I'm not blind. I don't pretend to not know what's going on. But we all have to play a part in the game of what's happening. I need something that will stop this from erupting. And I don't think we have much time. I need 2 suspects, not 1. And I need that days ago. If you think that there was evidence in any form of anyone that was there, I will try to find what I can at the station. But I need something that points me at the second. Because if the evidence points where you're thinking it's going to point to, that's going to send the streets ablaze. If I give them 1, and it's only 1 from one side, it's over.
I hear you.
But I need you. If I can't find evidence, then something has to give there too. I don't need a lot. I just need to find something.
I hear you, Mannix.
Do you have anyone else that is potentially connected to any of this that I could talk to? How did you even get to the point that you're coming to me about this? Now all of a sudden, so many days after it's happened.
You know, a lot of what I do is can only be, I guess, effective or hell, even functional in times of peace. Every time I turn on the news these days, or hell, even look outside, I don't see peace. Think they're maybe seeing the same thing, and I don't think that's good for either side. So,
But do you have information I don't have?
nothing concrete yet, but
I don't care. And he kind of like slams his hand down on your desk. I don't care if it's concrete. I need something. They're going to make me make this case go cold. And in the meantime, people are going to get hurt.
I know that. But the lead, I don't know how to tell you this. It's something that you can't follow. I don't know if you can. I think if you could, we'd be having a different conversation altogether.
You have 24 hours, or I'm going to take you in for obstruction.
See you in 24 hours, Manix.
He turns and leaves. I'm sorry. And then he stops and turns. I'm sorry. He looks over at Silas. Did you have something for me?
He's gonna give him another smile and just shake his head.
I'll turn and resume leaving. And I think with that, we will end for the evening. Let's see where this goes. Will you be successful? Good night, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Good night.
Credits? Credits? Where are you at?
They don't want to show up.
They are not showing up. It is like
This is a creditless production.
my
They're also interested in this.
OBS is like, nah, I'd rather